Hey everyone, today I'll be building a tropical beach Sims 4 home. This is including custom content and was built on a 40 by 30 lot in Island Living. Building with some underwater is always a challenge. Making this foundation kind of look as natural as possible with the water was a little bit challenging here. I use these stilts as the foundation to kind of build up this villa, beach home. Here I'm just playing around with, I knew I wanted the focal point sort of to be this pool here. I knew how I wanted that to look, so I kind of just built out from there. You can see I'm moving around some things to make sure this fits as well. I kind of like this drop down walkout area into the water here, which I'll build out a little bit further later. And then just some steps up to the pool area. I use a lot of platforms in this build, so it was a challenge kind of building out all the staircases and making sure everything was matching and was still a livable space after it was all done. You can see here I'm kind of trying to figure out how I'm going to make this the livable quarters outside of the platform, so I had to use steps there to make it fit, which actually ended up working out nicely and kind of giving it the look and feel that I intended to give it. So here, this is kind of a secondary deck to this primary deck you see here. I'll build upon that in a little bit. Turns into the master suite eventually. And then adding in some dividers here. I love these from the Island Living, these little lookout, like see-through tiles that you can place on the ground and kind of see into the water. I think that's super cool. Gives it that indoor to outdoor living feel. Then I go in here playing around with kind of what I will want the inside to feel and look like with these windows. That'll be kind of the main living space. And then off here some just kind of additional living quarters. You'll kind of see where that goes in a bit. And then had to build out this foundation to make the upper level match with the original foundation, if that makes sense. That was a little bit challenging to figure out, but looked all good in the end. Here, kind of just playing around with what I want it to all look like. I picked this deep wood tone pretty much throughout the whole house, really to give it that tropical kind of island feel. This is that little lookout I was talking about earlier, and I kind of dressed that up with some decor and a nice little seating area. Made the items smaller, so it might not be livable, but it looks cool. Then here, kind of looking at this main deck space. I wanted this to be kind of just like a outdoor living area. I have this fire pit from custom content that's pretty cool and fit the vibe, so I went with that. And then added that little awning. Played around sort of what I wanted this to look like for a while before finally just deciding on the original awning. I then take these lights that I have from custom content, mess around with this look a little bit. Definitely fits the island living tropical beach home vibe, so I liked how this turned out. Here, I then go in to kind of finish off this deck area with another little seating area. I was trying for a little bit to figure out what I wanted to do with it, but I ended up just choosing some of these lounge chairs to make it a little bit of a, I don't know, entertainment area. Switched up the dividers here before going in and kind of thinking about this master suite. Again, just another little sitting area. Wanted to fill this space and kept everything like pretty natural, wood tones, used a lot of greenery, added some of these candles in here, which I love. Kind of gives it a romantic vibe. And just go in with details here and there. I then create this kind of like off deck space here. Had to play around with the stairs for a second to make that work. But this is how they'll get to their jet ski right there, which is also from Island Living that I love. Created an additional little seating area here. This is a custom content piece that looks pretty cool. Definitely, again, kind of fit the vibe of what I was going for, and then play around with what I want the seating to look like, which obviously took a little bit. let's see, jumping into sort of the layout of the house, I had to figure out first what I wanted to do with this master suite, knowing that the outdoor space was going to be an extension of the master suite. So then I kind of build from what I had here. I use this little wall divider in the middle of the room, or not a wall divider, but an actual physical wall, to divide the bathroom from the main living space. Again, keep this with super natural tones, very like outdoorsy feeling while still being pretty like lifted with some modern elements. This is supposed to be a master suite, so I did a his and hers sink combo. Forgot the toilet. Well, first let me put in lighting. So got to this point, messed around with what the floors and walls would look like for a little bit. Yep, there we go. The little toilet broom I had to add there because I forgot to add it and I didn't want to change anything because I liked it how it was. It actually worked out pretty well. So this area took me a second to think about. I had to figure out what I wanted the front of the house to look like. I had focused so much on the back of the house that I kind of neglected to think through this part, but it actually ended up working out pretty cool. This will turn into sort of like this balcony that is off the main living quarters. Play around with the windows, again, kind of thinking through what I want the indoor space to look and feel like. So I placed the windows to look nice from the outside, but also be pretty functional from the inside as well. This took a bit with the stairs. For some reason, my bottom floor wasn't matching up with my top floor, so I couldn't get the stairs to sort of come through. So I had to kind of do this work around here, which you can see takes me a second. I hope this part doesn't make you dizzy. Finally got it there, you can see, but then had to add this flooring to the balcony again. So then we're in the room. It's all good, all figured out. I had just this little entryway. You really just have to go up the stairs the first time you enter the home. Probably not the most ideal scenario, but again, was really more focused on the back of the home to begin with. I kind of just try to fill the space, sort of a casual entryway while still following kind of the design rules I set in place for this home in particular. Then move up to this balcony space with just sort of an outdoor living room, really, to sort of look out to the rest of the island. Island living is pretty scenic and cool. I actually love this spot. There's lots of things to look at, so why not put a little outdoor living space on the lookout. Finish off the roofs and then add in some landscaping here. Pretty simple. You know, you don't have to go too heavy on the greenery in island living. I mean, it's sand, so kind of is nice for the workload. But do add some shrubs, some lights in here, and then this nice little pathway that was created with custom content. Sorry again, hopefully this doesn't make you dizzy, but here I go in with the kitchen. So again, following suit with sort of that natural vibe. It's definitely a smaller kitchen. I don't think I've created a kitchen this small, but I actually think it really works for the space. It's really just kind of a two-person, one-person place, so don't need the kitchen to be too big, but it's still pretty good for entertaining. And then just go in with some details here to really step up the space. Without any cabinets, I went in and added this little shelving unit and then added some cups, some plates, some dishes, things like that, to kind of finish it off and add some of those final details. I then go into this living room space, add in TV there, and then this little reading nook. I always like to do this. It's a great way to fill space, especially if you have like weird little areas you don't know what to do with. I used some of these mid-century modern looking furniture pieces. They're not like my favorite pieces ever, but I do feel like it really fit the space. I ended up liking how it turned out here, and just messed around with the layout a little bit before going in with the dining set. This took me a minute to get the table that I wanted, but finally Landed on one, added in some of those details that I love from custom content, which are those little placemats. And then the indoor quarters there is pretty much finished. I had this kind of weird little room at the end, but decided to turn into a cute little hangout room with lots of greenery. Really add and kind of jump off that tropical vibe. Again, loved how this turned out. There's a lot of like seating areas in this home, so I feel like it would be really good for entertaining. Go in here with some pool details, and then kind of finish it off there. I know it was a short one, guys, but I hope you enjoyed it. Here are some screenshots of the final look. This one was really fun to do, pretty simple and straightforward. Again, I love island living. I love all the features. I love a lot of the furniture and items that you get with it. So would love to hear what you guys think. Please comment below your thoughts. I'd love to chat with you guys and kind of bounce ideas off. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to everyone later.